Is it on? Okay, it's recording. Hey guys, so today's video I will be, let me get this out of the way. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Corina, and today in this video we will be doing a kind of more brown, bronzy Thanksgiving look. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's. 2020, as crazy as it's been, it's also going pretty quickly, so yay. And also, like, where's life taking me and how did I get here? I decided to do this really pretty bronzy eye with a nice warm darker lip. I really like it. I love this lip. This is one of my favorite lip shades from the Kylie lip kits. This is the shade Ginger, and I really like it. For the eyes, I did dip into my ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. I just had to after using the Stone Cold Fox palette. Like, this palette is my jam. I love this palette. If you want to go ahead and see how I got this really pretty bronzy look, just go ahead and keep on watching. So for primer, I'm just going to be dipping into the Winky Whipped Cream Primer. This stuff is so cool. I've used this before on my channel. I do like it. It's a little creamier, but it's nice. It's smoothing, and because it's creamier, I feel like it's easier to work into your pores. And I am focusing on like making sure the skin is really smooth, because usually for the holidays, like, you're gonna be taking pictures. You want your skin to look really nice. I'm gonna be going into one of my favorite foundations. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear, and I'm still trying to use this up. My Ulta order did come in, so I do have a backup of this. We're gonna see if that's enough. And I am using my Real Technique sponge to pat this in. I'm gonna be going into my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've still been loving these two, so nothing has taken their spot. I do try to dip into like other products. It's just these two I know look so good on my skin. Before setting the face, I'm gonna really quickly do my brows. I'm gonna be using my Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel, and just using this to kind of start filling out my brows with a tint of color. Now this one deposits a lot of color. My favorite product to do this with is the Benefit Gimme Brow. But I'm trying to give that one a break, but using this one, oh. Now I remember why I like using that one so much. This one's just a little bit more wet than the Benefit one, and so it gets really intense really quickly. See, I'm like blending it out and looks crazy. Oh, just dipping into my NYX Full Coverage Concealer. We're gonna go and clean this up. Just grabbing a little bit of my LA Girl Shady Slim Brown Pencil. I mean, it is brown, but Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I'm just going to fill in some of the gaps that the brow gel did not fill in. We do have to powder our face because we are creasing a little bit. And the powder we're gonna go ahead and use is the JCat Aquasurance foundation. I'm just gonna go into it with my sponge. Just kind of pat this on our face. For bronzer, I am going to be dipping into my Essence Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. I'm gonna be mixing these two right here. My baby hairs right here are so bad because I do have a cowlick. Annoying. And then for blush, I'm going to be dipping into the Blush Babe LA Girls Blush Palette. And I think I'm just gonna go into this one right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and blend the bronzer and blush in with my sponge. And doing this is just gonna make it blend it a little bit more better and look like it's from the skin and not just like makeup sitting on top. I kind of want a little bit more brightness underneath the eye. So I'm going to take the highlighting shade from the Wet n Wild contouring palette from Caramel Toffee, and I'm going to put that right underneath my eye. Just like that. And maybe a little bit down the nose, just for some highlighting. I'll go ahead and let this bake while we do our eyes. And for eyes, I kind of want to dip into this, the Bare Necessities palette from ColourPop. And it looks like this, and it's just so pretty. Now, I have already dipped into this palette, and I did use this one, and I mentioned that it could be a dupe for my favorite shade in the Too Faced Peach palette, and it's not. This one's a little bit more flaky, and it does have a lot more fallout. I did notice little glitter specks on my face, so that is why if we do go into that shade, which I really don't know what I want to do, I know it's going to be warmer, so we might go into that shade. We'll see. There's a lot of other shades in here that I really want to dip into, and because I already dipped into that shade, I kind of want to use different shades. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade in Tabloid. It's going to be right here. It's a nice warmer brown, and we're going to dip into that. And there is a lot of kick up with these shades, so just keep that in mind. If you don't mind kick up, then that's fine. The only thing with kick up is you don't have to push too hard into the shadow to get a lot on your brush to use. And also, the more you dig into it, the faster you're gonna go through the shadow. So you're more likely to hit pan on shadows that have a lot of kick up. So just keep that in mind and tap your brush off. So with this shade, because it is a little darker that I'm starting off with, I'm just kind of tapping it into the parts of the look that I do want a little bit darker. And then we're gonna go in and diffuse to get a good blend on them. All right, and that is just the shade Tabloid. Now, if you don't have this specific palette, you can go ahead and see in your collection what you do have and see if you have a shade similar to it. Now I think to blend that out just a little bit more on the edge, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade in Hustler. It's gonna be this nice nudie peach color. We're gonna take that right at the edge and just help buff this out. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids for a shimmer shade with a little bit of a matte concealer. This is gonna be the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the original formula. I like the hydrating formula for my face, but then the matte formula for my eyes is going to crease less. It's not going to bunch up and do weird things to the eyeshadow. I just take a little bit of this and pat on the area where I'm going to be putting eyeshadow. So now that we have the lids primed, I'm going to be going into the shade in Pix Fix, and I'm going to be putting that all over the lid with my finger because it's my favorite way to apply shimmers. I'm going to be going in with my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner. I'm just going to be painting it on my middle finger, and we're just going to tap this all over the lid. And the shade that I'm using in this is Starfire. Yeah, that made it really, oh, look at that when it catches the light. Pretty, good move, good move. Take a little bit of that first shade and just help blend this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. First shade I'm gonna be going into is this one in Hustler. For the lower lash line, I kind of don't want it to be too dark, too low. So I'm gonna start with a pretty light shade and go pretty low with that light shade. And then before I go in with the darker shades, I'm gonna be popping on a little bit of eyeliner. This is the Ulta Gel Liner in Mink. And the way I put my waterline is I just kind of like push in my under eye and it kind of like pops out the waterline. So you're not scratching up your eyeball. Then I'm gonna just take a brush and smudge that out just a little bit. Then we're gonna further blend that eyeliner out with the shade Tabloid, that matte shade that we used all over the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and run the liner on my upper lash line. Then with a kind of angled brush, I'm going to be going into the shade Taboo and popping that right over that liner. I think I like the eyes that way. It's a nice, warm, smoky look, but not too smoky, not too dark. I'm not doing a wing because it's just not a wing kind of night, you know? So I'm gonna hold off on highlighting because I want to leave that for last. I'm gonna be going into the Kylie Cosmetics Ginger Lip Liner. And you can just leave it here, but I'm going to go ahead and top it off with a little bit of the liquid lipstick. This is the ginger shade. And people say that these are a little dry. I mean, with most matte liquid lipsticks, you're going to get a little bit of drying. But honestly, I think, especially with all the eating and if you're gonna be wearing a mask, you want something that is transfer proof. And the lip liner alone, I don't think is going to be as transfer proof than if you just layer a little bit of the liquid lipstick on, just in the center, and just kind of like blend it out to the edges, just so everything kind of looks cohesive and matches. This is my full-size kilowatt highlighter from Fenty Beauty, and I do have Hustler Baby as like a single. I have a mini one, but I kind of do like this one in Main Money. So I think we're gonna start off with that one, and it's more subtle than the other one. Yeah, see how it's like a lot more subtle? Like this shade could probably almost be used as like a finishing powder. Yeah, it just has like a nice subtle sheen to the skin, and I think it's really pretty. But if you're not going for subtle, definitely dip into this shade in Hustler Baby. So pretty. Go ahead and let me know what you want to see from me next. I will be doing Christmas and New Year's looks, I think the week before each of the holidays, like I am with Thanksgiving. But yeah, if you went ahead and liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. I upload every single Friday, Saturday, sometime in the weekend. You can go ahead and find me on all my socials, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok at Corina MUA. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.